Addicts tonight are Sue and Paul from Newcastle, Gary and Russell from Somerset, and Susan and Heidi from Edinburgh. And here he is, TV's Man of the Year 1955, Noel Edmonds.
Good evening and welcome back. Welcome back to Telly Addicts, bigger than ever before. Pretty soon we'll have something like 500 channels. Just imagine the size of the remote control then, eh? Won't lose that down the back of the sofa. And the Radio Times will be the size of War and Peace. So Telly Addicts has got bigger. We've got a fantastic prize for these people. We've got a marvellous viewers competition. And for the first time ever, we've got 3 teams. And we're getting tougher. No pink, soft and cuddly Telly Addicts. One of these teams is going very, very quickly. What we do have, as always, is what Telly Addicts is famous for. Great clips. We start with Sue and Paul. Watch this.
Oh. Did you sleep well, darling?
No, I could hardly sleep at all.
Oh, that's just wedding butterflies, you know.
Yes.
I never had those, but I never had the build-up, you know. Oh, guess who I spoke to this morning? Serge.
Oh, is he coming?
No, he can't make the wedding, but he's coming to the reception.
Oh,
yes.
good. This is nice. You don't normally come up and see me in the morning.
No, I don't. Do I, darling? Right, come in, Pat. I've got it, I've got it, I've got it.
Oh, dear. Sue and Paul. Ab Fab began as a sketch in French and Saunders. Which character did Dawn French portray?
Safi?
Safi, Adina's daughter. Actresses Jennifer, Joanna and Julia featured in this clip. 2 J's are missing. Can you name just one of them?
June Whitfield.
Yes, you could have said Jane Horrocks. Julia Sawala plays a bride-to-be. In which costume drama did her character run off to marry Mr. Wickham?
Pride and Prejudice.
Pride and Prejudice, 3 out of 3. Gary and Russell, here's your clip.
Take anything you want, but don't hit my face.
Gary!
It's me. Oh. So who are you?
Gary and Tony, are men behaving badly? Which girl is Tony trying to impress with his new beard?
Debbie.
It is Debs. Gary, meanwhile, is in a steady relationship with Dorothy. What does she do for a living?
Nurse.
Yes, and in which series did Neil Morrissey ride to fame with Michael Elphick?
Boone.
Another 3 out of 3. Pressure's on. Here comes your clip.
Shut up! Act posh or we get found out. Right, you are.
Can I help you, sir?
Not just now, thanks.
Good evening, madame.
Do I know you?
Do you have a reservation?
Yeah. I'm not sure we're going to get away with this.
Susan and Heidi, 2 flatmates hitting rock bottom. Who is playing the lovely lady?
Adrian Edmondson.
Was Ade Edmondson. Rick Mayall and Ade Edmondson also played housemates. And the young ones, what was the nationality of their landlord, Mr. Bolovsky?
Polish. Russian.
He was Russian. What was the name of the corrupt politician that Rick Mayall played on The New Statesman?
Alan Bastard.
Alan Bastard, another 3 out of 3. Amazing. And here is a fascinating game. You take one hit TV show, you talk to someone very closely associated with that show, and you ask them to name 10 well-known features of the show. And it could be plots, it could be characters, it could be locations, but not actors' names. And so, Sue and Paul, can you match David Soul's top 10 features from Starsky and Hutch? And, oh, just to complicate matters, Sue, we'll start with you, and then when you hear, it'll go over to Paul. You've got 45 seconds. Go.
Starsky and Hutch and Huggy Bear lived in Los Angeles and they drove a red and white Corvette, I think, and they had a captain who used to shout.
Captain Dobie was their boss. He always complained about the way they did their job. The programme started with them jumping off the top of the car. David Soul was known for his cardigans.
Oh. Starsky had.
45 seconds is a long time, isn't it?
He wasn't born. They used to sing. David Still would sing in the programme, and they used to shoot a lot. And
Used to do
they
what,
used
a lot?
Shoot a lot.
Oh, shoot a lot.
And they used to drink a lot of beer.
The agony is over. David Soul's top 10. Well, it was Dave Starsky and Ken Hutchinson. Undercover cops, you could have said, a red Ford Torino. Investigating serious crimes, of course they did, and they were bachelors, and Starsky was into junk food, and Hutch was on a health food kick. You got 4. Gary and Russell. We talked to Don Johnson about Miami Vice. What are the top 10 facts? We start with you, Gary. Go.
Miami Vice is set in Miami. It's Crockett and Tubbs. They're famous for their suits. They're always on the beach. They're investigators.
Alligators. The theme was by Jan Hammer, which was Crockett's theme, which goes something like that. I'm not very good at that. What else was there? Alligators. There's an alligator in it.
You just said alligators.
Yeah, no, there's another one. There's 2. They never used to wear any socks. They used to wear white suits.
Yeah.
Yeah, posh hair, a bit like yours.
Sunglasses, babes on the beach.
Miami Vice.
Yeah, I am not pressed for
Miami
you.
Vice, yeah, definitely.
That's what you said at the very beginning. Back to you.
Thank you.
OK, well, you could have mentioned they were drug squad cops. That Crockett lived on a boat. There were fast cars and speedboats. You've got the alligator. You've got 2 of them. Crockett was an ex-footballer. Undercover names, Sonny Burnett and Rico Cooper. Crockett had his wife murdered. And you mentioned they had no socks. So you got 3 there. We also talked to Universal Pictures about Magnum P.I. Susan and Heidi. What do you think the top 10 facts are about Magnum P.I.? We start with you, Susan, now.
Magnum programme I never watched. Hairy chest, he was a private investigator, very hirsute man, probably lived on a beach, probably had lots of women. I really hope Heidi watched Magnum more than I did.
And he was very tall and very handsome and a very Hawaiian shirts, nothing like that, actually. And he always got his gal, and he was always very kind of like chip off the old block. And he had a theme tune that went da 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 da. No, that's another one. But he was very...
And oh no, that's left me in the doggy do now as well. I've said hirsute. How many more times can you say hairy? How many different times can you say hairy? Handsome, he was also in Friends.
And he was still very tall, and he had a big moustache like that, and he's only just got rid of it, actually, and he was very tall chap.
The idea isn't just to keep talking for 45 seconds, it's meant to make some sense. Well, let's look at the top 10 that we got. And, oh, the millionaire's house he didn't mention, the helicopter, Higgins, the red convertible Ferrari, there were guard dogs, Thomas Magnum, TC and Rick, ex-Navy. You did get 2. We'll give you 2 on that. What's that done? Well, Susan and Heidi have got 5, Gary and Russell have got 6, and in the lead, Sue and Paul have got 7. We are getting to the point where one team is going to be bumped out. But now, from the people that brought you the Mir space station, in the box. OK, chaps, take it seriously. In here, there is a celebrity, a well-known TV person. Now, there might be a pair of people. I mean, it could be little and large. Riverdance could be in there, for all you know. Now, if you manage to buzz and correctly identify the character who is in this box, you get 3 points. But if you buzz and blow it, that's it. And every single time you answer a question correctly, I'm going to open one of these panels, and that'll act as a clue. OK, so there's points all the way in this. Good luck, Sue and Paul. Who is Detective Bobby Simone's grouchy partner in NYPD Blue?
Andy Sipowicz.
Andy Sipowicz, you're quite right. Let's go down here and... a foot. There we go. So obviously it's a chap. Right, Gary and Russell. Hodge, Eric, Lloydie and Diesel are all members of the Territorial Army in which drama?
Preston Front.
Preston Front. Number 2. Where's number 2? Anybody see number 2? Sorry about this, you'll be feeling ill in a minute. Where's number 2? Oh, there's number 2. Right. OK. Ooh. Ooh, any ideas? OK. Susan and Heidi. He had to defend a hen house and tolerate the likes of Muskie the Muskrat and Vincent van Gogh. Who was he?
Deputy Dog.
Deputy Dog. They're answering well at the moment, and no one's got the courage to buzz just yet. The third clue. Ooh. Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? That's all you're getting there. Oh, a little bit of a movement there. Sue and Paul, the laughter show, showcased the talents of the late Dustin G. And which other comedian?
Les Dennis.
Les Dennis, you're quite right. Number 4. Whoever's in here is going to be feeling pretty ill fairly soon. Oh, now here comes a big one, OK? Stand by. Oh, yes, who do you think it is?
Mystic Meg.
Let's see if you're right. Welcome, Mystic. It was Mystic Meg in the box. You get 3 points there. And you've got a question for us, haven't you? And an extra special prize.
I have, yes. My question is, the National Lottery's been going for almost 3 years. The presenters at the moment are Carol Smiley and Bob Monkhouse, but who presented the very first?
Yes, gentlemen.
Anthea Turner.
I'm afraid you're wrong. I could give you a clue that the person...
Oh, over here. Yes! It was me. What have you brought along?
I brought a crystal ball and a numbers
Yes,
book.
you got a crystal ball.
So I hope you'll see lots of good things in that and get your lucky numbers tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Meg. Back in the box. Take her away. So let's catch up with the scores and see where we are. Who are we going to lose? Sue and Paul have got 12. Gary and Russell have got 7. Oh, no! Susan and Heidi have only got 6. Susan and Heidi, we say goodbye. But you go away with your pants, which is a feature of this new series. Nothing if not generous. The rest of you, follow me. OK, now, we come to the individual test. In your pairing, who knows the most about television?
Russell.
Russell? Definitely Russell. And over here?
Sue.
Sue. OK, so, Gary, what I'd like you to do is select one of these subjects here, Diamond Geezers, Here Today, Gone Tomorrow, Down Under, or What's Cooking, to lumber your partner with.
Here Today, Gone Tomorrow.
Here Today, Gone Tomorrow. That's what you're going to have to work on. Would you like to make a selection, please?
Diamond Geezers.
Diamond Geezers. Come with me. And if you'd like to take a position just there, please. We've got 40 seconds on Here Today, Gone Tomorrow, starting now. What's the name of the only daughter born to Frank and Betty Spencer?
Jessica.
Who jilted Penny in Just Good Friends?
Vince.
Yes, Thelma Chambers married which likely lad?
Pass.
Bob Ferris. Arthur Morton died, went to heaven and returned as an angel with which new name?
Pass.
Jonathan Smith. Frogmiller and Spudulika are the infant offspring of which lovely couple?
Wayne and Waynetta.
Yes. John Cleese returned a dead parrot to Michael Palin's pet shop. What variety was it?
Norwegian Blue.
Yeah, Bam Bam was the Stone Age son of which couple?
Barney Rubble and...
Yeah, 40 years after first meeting, Gene Pargeter and Lionel Hardcastle tied the knot in which sitcom?
Pass.
As time goes by, which time-travelling TV... Oh, that was good stuff, though. And he's got 5. That was very good. Well done. Sue, you've been lumbered with Diamond Geezers. And your time starts now. London wide boy Terry McCann offered grudging support to which second-hand car dealer?
Arthur Daly.
Yes, which Peckham road sweeper, a slowish wit, drank with Dell and Rodney Trotter?
Oh, Pull trigger.
Yes, Alf Garnett was an inveterate supporter of which London football club?
West Ham.
EastEnders is set in which fictional district of London?
Walford.
Which ex-RAF corporal from Hackney was married to 40s girl Rita Moon?
Harveymoor.
Yes, who teamed up as East End heavies, the Two Rons, otherwise known as the Management?
Hale and Pace.
Yes, in brushstrokes, what was the profession of Motspur Park's Jacko?
He was a painter and decorator.
Yes, Paddy was the shop steward at London's Fenner Fashions. Name the sitcom.
The Rag Trade.
Yeah, cart horses, Hercules and Delilah served with which Cockney couple?
Stepdaughter.
Yes, wow, the edge! That was amazing! And you got 9! Brilliant, 9! Well, that was impressive. And how much do you know about television? We come to our Telly Addicts viewers competition. And, excuse me a moment, this is the prize. It's a rather special telephone because it opens up and it's got a personal organiser, it'll send fax, email, all that sort of thing, and it'll make phone calls. And all you've got to identify is the character that Jimmy Tarbuck is talking about.
Hi. My favourite TV character spends most of his TV life as a guest of Her Majesty in the big house. No, not on the Des O'Connor show. It's imprisonment, which he considers an occupational hazard. But he cynically exploits this and gets it working for himself. He works actually with the pigs, but can get round any other prisoners because he always has a new supply of fresh toilet paper.
So who's Jim talking about? Was it Fletcher, Bilko, Lovejoy? Fletcher, Bilko or Lovejoy? If you know the answer, call 0891 229988. That's 0891 229988. The winner will be picked at random by computer from all the correct answers left on our phone lines, and the lines stay open until midnight on Wednesday. We'll tell you the answer and who's won on Telly Addicts next week. But now, come to the world of television. Each week on Telly Addicts, we're going to visit a different country and we're going to have a look at their television. And because this is the first of a brand new series, we thought we'd start with a very nice, easy one. We're going to Mongolia. We really are going to Mongolia.
Mongolia, a contrasting land of mountains, deserts, and scrubland. Here we see the Mongol boys on a night out in downtown Ulaanbaatar. This one's found a bouncy horse. Back at home, they're watching Mongolian TV's version of Blind Date, a popular game show where men pick up sheep. Ooh, he's nice. Here come the Mongol hordes. Today they've dressed up as Wonder Woman. These guys are wrestlers, and international rules apply here too. No kicking, biting, and trunks 2 sizes too small. Ooh, cheeky. This little gem is a show called That's My Potato, where women strap a bucket to their back. And, well, you can see what it's all about, really. There's only one TV channel, so they can put on pretty much what they like. Don't laugh, this will be on the Big Talent Show next series. This show is called Eat, Don't Eat, where babies are put next to food and the winner is the one who leaves his or hers on the plate. And tonight's losing baby is...
It's for real, Sue and Paul. What sport did we see action from?
Horse racing?
Horse racing?
No, it was wrestling.
Okay.
Notice there weren't any horse. Right, OK. And could you tell me, Gary and Russell, what's the name of the game show in which women strap buckets to their backs?
That's My Potato.
That's My Potato. Sue and Paul, how many... You'll learn a lot about television on Telly Addicts. How many television channels are there in Mongolia, Sue and Paul?
One.
One, yeah. And Gary and Russell, who are the contestants on the game show Eat, Don't Eat?
Babies.
Yeah, babies. Bit of observation for you. How many potatoes did the woman successfully deposit in her bucket?
2.
It was 2. And what was painted on the wall behind the musicians?
A lorry.
It was actually a rainbow. Let's see what that's done to the scores. Gary and Russell have got 14, and Sue and Paul romping ahead with 23. And it's getting serious for the guys because somebody gets bumped at the end of this round, which is Raiders of the Lost Archive. Sue and Paul, make your selection, please.
Who's in the loo?
Who's in the loo? There are 5 points on offer here, so this is a good one to get. Look at this. Who's drunk too much tea? There's Ted, Jack, Dougal, and...
Mrs... what's her name? Mrs...
I forgot her name.
Mrs... Go on, go on, go on.
No?
No.
It's Mrs. Doyle who's missing.
Yes.
Guys, what are you going for?
Tune in.
Tune in. Oh, there's only 1 point, but have a listen.
In 1972, a crack commando unit was sent to prison by a military court for a crime they didn't commit.
The theme tune of?
The 18.
See if you're right. Yep, you're quite right. Sue and Paul?
Shut it.
Thank you. To coin a phrase, 5 points. Look at this clip.
Where are the photographs, Billy?
What you on about?
Don't try it on, son.
My brother's Tommy Martin. You won't bother with him?
He's nothing. And he's away.
Who are you?
We're the Sweeney, son, and we haven't had any dinner.
Which comedy double act made a guest appearance in an episode of The Sweeney?
Morecambe and Wise.
You're right for those 5 points. Morecambe and Wise. Guys, what are you going for?
88.
88. 2 fat ladies. 3 points on offer.
Very popular in Shetland, those. They split them and smoke them on a peat fire, and then they hang them up in the rafters, and the phosphorescence is so bright you can read by them.
What a wonderful thing to have in case of a power cut.
2 fat ladies, Clarissa and Jennifer. What do they have in common with Wallace and Gromit?
Made out of plasticine.
I wish I could give you a point for that. It's a motorcycle and sidecar, actually. Sue and Paul.
Ooh.
Ooh, or even ooh, ER. 3 points on offer. Name... Oh, she's having a moment. Name George Clooney's character in ER.
Doug Ross.
Oh, dear. Oh, sponge her down. Gary Russell, your selection.
Pointless View.
Pointless View. Oh, there's 1 point on offer here. A slick and thoroughly daft new series from America. This was Twin Peaks meets Star Trek, and it was not a happy encounter. Description by Brian Viner in the Mail on Sunday. What was he reviewing?
Third Rock from the Sun.
The X-Files. OK, over to Sue and Paul.
Fish out of water.
Fish out of water, 1 point. Watch this.
Why did you return from America? You were paid an adequate sum to remain there.
It didn't suit me to remain there, Nick. And I'm not going back again.
Middlemarch was written by George Eliot. Which Eliot does this carnivorous character play in Coronation Street? Fred, yes. Guys.
Mutual Friend.
Mutual Friend. 3 points here. Look at this. Annette Crosby and Paul Merton. Who links these 2 people?
Angus Deaton.
Yeah.
Angus Deaton.
Angus Deaton, 1 foot in the grave. Yes, and have I got news for you? And that means time's up in Raiders of the Lost Archive. Let's have a look and see what the scores are at this moment. Gary and Russell have got 18, but way ahead with 32, Sue and Paul. Thank you, guys. We've got your little pants and your own TVs as well. Thank you for playing this far. But now, to find out just what you've won tonight, join me on the Stairway of the Stars. The Stairway to the Stars, at the very top, is the prize that you could win this evening. Good luck with this. You will note that on every single step, there are famous names. I will ask you a question that relates to the name. You just say the name, you go to that position. If you're right, we keep on going up. If you're wrong, we stop, and you have to come back down again and ask you another question, OK? So there's only one name we're looking for on each step. Good luck with this. There's only 1 minute to climb up. And the 1 minute will start from the very first question. Starred in GBH and Jake's Progress.
Walters.
Julie Walters, you're right. His daughter was in last year's hit drama Pride and Prejudice.
Richard Bryars.
Richard Bryars, they're right again. In EastEnders, he had a child by his half-brother's wife.
Nick Berry.
Nick Berry, yes. Made rinsed hair a fashion statement.
Molly Sugden.
Molly Sugden, correct. Used to be a hairdresser.
Michael Barrymore. Les Dennis.
Les Dennis.
No. Travelled the country meeting his kind of
Michael
people. Barrymore, yes. Was the voice of the Iron Man.
Richard Chamberlain.
Richard Chamberlain?
No. Was Dr. Jeffrey Hoyt in Medics.
Tom Baker.
Tom Baker, yes. She recently claimed to have fallen in love with a shampoo.
Jennifer Aniston.
Yes! Start here. Well done. Well done, Sue. Well done. And let's find out exactly what you have won. Well, we featured the world of television. Do you remember where we went? Mongolia. You are going to a place where they ride as many horses as they do in Mongolia. You're staying at a dude ranch near San Antonio in Texas. A family-run, 350-acre ranch, daily horse rides over trails, sleeping in western cabins, hay rides, barbecues. You'll be having breakfast with the cowboys. I hope you like beans.
I like the Cowboys.
The wind in your hair. You're off to the States, courtesy of Telly Addicts. Well done! What a great prize! And I'll see you next week at the same time with some more Telly Addicts. Good night!